Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I am 37 weeks and 3 days. It is August 30th today, and I am feeling still really good. I'm feeling of course heavier. Sleep has been a little better actually. My husband and I have been doing kind of a trial to see if it's the new bed that we bought, since it's an extra firm mattress, because I want to co-sleep and that's the safest, they say. So our old mattress is more of a hybrid, and that's the one I'm more used to. So I actually have the past 2 nights slept in our old one, and I've slept so much better. I'm still, of course, switching sides throughout the night, and my carpal tunnel, like, of course, my hands are falling asleep. But other than that, I'm only getting up once to pee and then being able to go right back to bed. So feeling very grateful for that. We'll see how much longer that lasts. It's been a pretty eventful week, I would say. I've been doing a lot of interviews with previous clients and previous professionals that I've worked with, in this birth world since 2013. And so I've been feeling very, empowered, and just feeling like getting a lot of those oxytocin, love hormones going in my body, which is helping me feel just super relaxed and super confident. Of course, I'm still nervous about the birth and what's gonna happen and how is everything gonna happen. But other than that, I've been kind of for the past 3 weeks doing interviews and having like an interview a day almost, because I want to really schedule out like my YouTube channel now to being able to release at least 1 episode a week, especially now when baby comes. I don't want to have to like think about it. So I've been doing a lot of editing, and my husband's been helping me a lot with that because I'm not the most technical, and he's just one of those guys. He's just like sits by, an editing program or whatever for like 2 minutes, and he knows the whole program. And I'm like, so now I finally know how to edit myself. My next big goal is to get some kind of microphone or headphones or something like that. But again, it's something that I'm rushing with right now. But yeah, otherwise, how am I doing? I'm feeling like I've been doing strength training, continued to be doing that twice a week, doing my walking, and doing cardio, not as consistently, but definitely my husband is a huge motivator in like, hey, you're gonna feel better once you do it, even though you don't want to. And so I've been really encouraged by him to just like keep moving my body. And today we were in this beautiful park here in Halmstad, and it's just reminds me of Portland a little bit, because we used to be spending a lot of time in a park there called Mount Tabor, where they have these like insane amount of stairs, and then it's just like full on nature. And so there's lots of trails and stuff. So it's very similar to here. Lots of different stairs, tons of stairs, and just really deep like nature feel. You can really get away from the city. So that's been really nice. We also went to this store here called like Live Well, because we're kind of those people where, being plant-based vegan, we really think before we consume anything, and we really want to support local vendors and order from online as little as possible. So we're really happy that we found this place, and the woman that works there, she's so sweet. But yeah, we went there today and got a few of our like supplements, a couple supplements. Don't even ask me why, but glutamine and creatine are really good for health and women especially. So those are 2 supplements I've been taking regularly throughout the pregnancy. And I also got a few things for the birth, so some more birth prep stuff for this home birth. But again, like, we're gonna have a bag packed by the door. in case we need to go earlier, or in case there's an emergency, or in case my, something happens and we need to go to the hospital. We're gonna have a go bag ready. My birth plan is pretty much ready, so I'm gonna send that to my team in the next coming days. But for the home birth, some other things that I didn't really touch on was a lot of people talk about this, like anything Frida mom, Frida baby. Those are the things I usually recommend, because those are the things that I've heard in my experience. They work and they're very useful. So I'm a huge advocate of Frida mom and Frida baby. And so my friends got me this like bidet to have for when the baby comes. So I have that in my bathroom, along with just like some pads and stuff for me. And again, like, it's gonna be really sensitive down there. You don't really want to wipe, so you're just kind of dabbing toilet paper and then just kind of washing with this thing, unless you have a bidet. In that case, yes, you're very lucky and it's going to be very useful. I'm drinking my nettle and raspberry leaf tea. They say that nettle can also prevent the like intake of iron, like so you don't want to like necessarily drink your tea with a meal. So like, for example, my oatmeal is very high in iron, and I take my prenatal has got iron, so I usually will drink this like a couple of hours after breakfast, of just like my nettle and raspberry leaf tea, so that my uptake of iron is at its most, because that's it's all about timing with the iron thing, and of course with some vitamin C and that kind of thing. So I'm definitely having a lot of this for my birth. Not necessarily, I never drink it warm, because I usually will boil the water, let it steep for like 2 hours, and then like again 2 hours after breakfast I will drink it, so it's had time to steep. So for birth, I'm thinking that I will make a big pot of it and then put it in the fridge and drink it like as iced tea, because it's really good, actually, really, really good. So nettle and raspberry leaf tea, and then I'll continue to drink that postpartum as well, because it can also help with postpartum cramping and things like that that are very common when the uterus is contracting and going down in size. I also didn't mention these Haakaa, amazing brand. Highly recommend this brand also. But these are the syringes I was talking about that are all food grade. There's no plastic. So that's why I recommend these the most, because they're just high quality, they're BPA free. I've started to do the hand expressing, and I'm getting, a few drops every day, a little bit more, but until I get like a spoonful, I'm not gonna start using my syringes. So yeah, I'm just continuing to practice on that. And today I just wanted to show a couple things that I got. Electrolytes, so I might make some like frozen like ice cubes or something and put those also like in a bottle of water, just like electrolyte cubes. But otherwise, just like some kind of electrolyte is really, really great to have. And this one is mango and orange, and again, just 0 sugar, and it's really great brand called Pureness. I'm one of those people that I feel like I'm gonna be one of those people that's just throwing up a lot in birth, because if I ever I just have an easy time throwing up. I feel like my body's just like, oh, I can't do that, and I'll just throw up. And I feel like I might be that way in birth, because it's very common. So it wouldn't surprise me, but I bought these sugar-free peppermint mints. I highly recommend getting something, because you just want to like keep, like, of course you can go brush your teeth and stuff, but in labor you're kind of like not wanting to do that much. So peppermint, some kind of mints, and also for birthing like support people, like making sure that they don't smell like food or have some like garlic, because they might be, they're helping you breathe and everything. So I want it to be like a very peppermint, very fresh. So anybody that's gonna be in my face needs to like smell like not like food, because I've had those births where the partner runs out and like eats like a meat stick and then comes back and is like supporting, and they're like, oh my gosh, get away. because your smells are just heightened in pregnancy and even more so in birth. So just having some type of mint nearby. At my baby shower, I got a lot of like bars from my friends, like all vegan, plant-based bars. These are not really, this is like a date bar, and this is just like a chocolate no bake bar. They're really good, but they're not like high in protein, but it's really good, quick energy. So I have a lot of those. And then I bought these 3, which is called, oops, Raw Bite. So these are, I got 3 different flavors because again, I don't know what I'm gonna like in labor. And these are more like dried fruit and nuts and like higher protein content. So if I can't eat, I at least need to get a bar into my system. And then she was so sweet. She gave me like a million samples. It's like stretch mark oil from the Weleda, is that what it's called? But stretch mark oil. I've been using jojoba oil on my belly my whole pregnancy. Certain days coconut oil, but mainly I've been sticking with jojoba oil for my belly. And I haven't gotten any stretch marks. I just have like where my piercing was in my belly button. I kept it a little longer than I maybe should have. So I got that. And then I got these Weleda baby like shampoo and body wash. And this one is their like diaper changing cream. It has beeswax in it, so I'm not sure I'll be using this a ton because again, we're plant-based, we don't consume honey. So we're more the agave date syrup kind of people. But this, again, super sweet of her. She gave me a lot of just different samples. She's like, oh, here's all this other stuff that you can have for preparation. So super sweet. Like, I feel like that's one thing moving here from America. Customer service just usually isn't like the best. Like, people are just like, you know, they're getting paid and they're not really like, I don't know, just having regulars at your store for some people, and like some like cafes and restaurants, it's like they don't really start conversations. They're just like, what do you want? Okay, bye. Even though you're maybe there often. And I feel like in Portland, it was so much more of a community thing. And so with her energy, I'm just like, I want to support her, you know, like I don't even care, like, because it's so authentic and you don't come by that very often here in my experience. So when I find like a person that's like, oh, hey, how are you doing? Or like, how things been? Or, you know, actually checks in on you. Like, I don't know, for me, that's really important. And it's, yeah, something that I appreciate very much. I don't know if I've told you guys, I honestly can't remember. So my husband starts school in 2 days. He starts his master's. I'm so proud of him and I'm so excited for him because he's been wanting to do this for like 10 years. And now he's finally doing it. And I feel like we're very privileged, you know, being in Sweden and not paying for school. So I'm really taking advantage of that while we're here now too, to really like up my grades and so that I can apply for nursing school. I'm really like, it's a dream I've had to be a midwife forever. And I don't know what it's gonna look like having a baby and studying and doing all these things, but I feel like I have to at least try. So I'm actually starting 2 courses on Monday too. It's just like own pace, like you don't have to be in school. It's just like distance courses, but it's something to just help my grades increase because I wasn't the best in school. So I need to increase my grades a bit. And it's been a lot of years. Like I graduated in 2009. So it's been a long time. And so I finally feel like motivated and really excited. So yesterday we went to the library and I got all of my books. Not all of them actually, this is just a few of them, but it's all about, one of the courses is all about like the youngest children in preschool and how, you know, emotionally and physically and creativity is really huge, and like the connection and like just connecting with those youngest children at preschool. I've never been a one that's like, I want my kid to go to preschool. Like my dream would be home with my baby for the first 3 years. Like evidence shows is like the best for their development because babies really need their moms in those first 3 years. And so my hope is that we don't have to have our baby in preschool or daycare like full time or anything, but that I'm able to study or do working overnight shifts and having my baby home with me as much as possible. But I really think it's an interesting topic, just developmental, what's baby gonna be going through, how can I help them cope in daycare if they're doing that, and then like just that whole thing. And then being able to like have this course later if I wanted to open my own daycare, because that's another dream that I've had, like, oh, you know, it'd be so awesome to like run a little plant-based cafe, but also have it like as a like mini daycare. Especially in America. Like here, I don't think it would work very well, but in Portland, I can see it like really being super helpful, because there people have to go to work, you know, it's not like a thing. But then having like really like a nutrition and just child development center where I can hold classes and just like that kind of just support center for families, like that would be a dream too. Also being a midwife. So it's like, I'm like, I have a few dreams. I have a ABC like life plan. The other course I'm starting is, it's more just a, it's called health, like food habits, health and physical activity. And it's more about like how to help, you know, the population like be more healthy and just have better habits and change habits and things, because again, we went through a huge life change becoming vegan, and it changed our lives forever. But it's a huge it's a huge thing. It's not a small thing to make a commitment like that. And so I would love to help more people on that who are willing to make that change and like change behaviors to healthier behaviors. So I'm doing a course in that too. So again, things that can still help with midwifery, things that can still help with wherever I want to go in life. So I'm going to do those 2 courses. So I'm really excited about that, actually. I also just wanted to say I was at the midwife and the doctor, and it's really interesting. I got this piece of paper from the doctors that why they don't recommend me having a home birth, and why they really would like me to be in a hospital, and that I'm always welcome in the hospital in case I change my mind. And I thought that was just really crazy how some regions in Sweden are very, very against home birth. But you go to Denmark, right over the bridge, and you can choose, and it's very collaborative, and they work with home birth midwives, and the same midwives work at the hospital, and people can choose. But here there's just so much stigma, and the percentage of home births here is incredibly low. So people are very much like, you're so brave, and like all these things. And I'm like, this is just like a physiological process. This is, I trust the medical system. It has nothing to do with that. But I really am like shocked over how unsupportive they are of having home births. Like, it should still be an option. It's not something that someone else should decide for you. It's something that you should have all the information in front of you to make the choice of where do you feel the safest. So yeah, there's been a lot of that. But I connected otherwise really well with the doctor. I kind of was like, I like to get deep with people right away. I was like, have you ever seen a home birth? Would you ever want to see a home birth? Because she's like, what if you hemorrhage? What if your placenta detaches from your uterine wall? Like, what would you do in these kind of, and not in an attacky way, but she was still like, kind of like, okay, yeah, okay, I can see that you're educated and you're informed, but what would you do? And I was just kind of like, well, this is what I would do in this scenario. This is what I would do in this scenario. And of course, if there's a medical emergency, I'm going to the hospital. Like, that's the best place to be. Like, I'm not going to like risk me and my baby's life being at home if there's a medical emergency. So yeah, it was really interesting. And then she gave me a growth ultrasound. She's like, I can do that, you know, with home births, you know, we'll usually make sure, you know, baby's not too big. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, ultrasounds, you know, they're 50-50 accurate in the 3rd trimester. So, but sure, like I wouldn't be against it. And if you have time, definitely let's do it. And so she did a growth ultrasound, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet of you. Like, I wasn't expecting it at all. And the flow and the cord is really good. Amniotic fluid is really good. And he's like -1%. So his growth is perfect. Everything's good. Everything's looking perfect. I'm feeling good, just heavy at this point. So far my hemoglobin is really good. It's still like around 133. I'll get answers back on my ferritin levels because I want to make sure that my stores are really good as well before the birth because they were a little low. So I'll keep you updated on that next week. And then just quickly, I will just run through some other things for the home birth that I haven't mentioned yet. So around 37 weeks, I always told clients, like, increase your water intake, increase your electrolytes in some way. Like, what are some things I can do at 37 weeks? Hand express colostrum, evening primrose oil, like if you wanted to do things like naturally and help to ripen things, but also increase your hydration because this can happen at any point now. Like I can go into labor tonight, which is crazy. So I'm drinking a lot of coconut water, and it's something I'm gonna have at my birth too. So coconut water, my electrolytes, like just increasing your daily drinking is really important at this point. I'm also gonna be making, and I'll put the recipes below, but I'm making a date bark. And it's got, you know, dates, peanut butter, chocolate, and then I'm making a magnesium bark that I found, and I'm like super excited to try that one because that one is like dates, and then it's tahini, and then it's, what is it, pistachios, and then it's chocolate, like melted chocolate. So I'm super excited for those because those are just easy to make, easy to freeze, easy to just like kind of munch on during labor as well if I can't eat, and also for guests, just like quick energy. I've packed my freezer so far with energy balls. So again, just oats, lots of different seeds, chocolate chips, and lots of peanut butter. So again, just having some options depending on what I can tolerate. And just for postpartum quick munchies. If I don't end up eating all this, I'll eat it postpartum, you know, it's all really good stuff that'll keep for a long time. And then I've made 2 different types of protein muffins. So my friend gave me this housewarming gift. She gave me like homemade plum jam, which was, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's almost gone and I'm so sad about it. But she also gave me like this bag of apples from her mom's garden. So I've been making apple muffins, like high protein apple muffins. So good. So I've made 2 batches of those, and 1 batch, I'm gonna make another batch also of savory muffins that has more like oats and sun-dried tomatoes and olives and lots of seeds, and really, really, really good. We've eaten that. We've used that recipe for I don't know how many years. We followed this guy that's an incredible inspiration in the vegan community. So I'll link all those below, and then I will also be prepping some soups. So some like lots of root veggies, beans, carrots, garlic, onion, like all the soups. So if anyone has any recommendations of soups that you're planning on eating that's, you know, vegan soup, send them my way. And I hope that the recipes that I attach below, excuse me, are helpful. And yeah, that's pretty much all that I wanted to say in this video today. I'm really excited about getting my birth pool ready. So I think that's gonna be my next vlog, is I'm gonna show you like my whole area as it's done, because I really just wanna have the pool ready. Everything's just ready to go. So I'm probably gonna introduce you to all of that next week. So just to end, you'll see this big belly that I am now carrying around with me, my little boy, 37 plus 3 weeks. So yeah, it's feeling out there. My husband's like, it's like a basketball. I'm like, yeah, it's my little basketball. And so yeah, we can't wait to meet him, and we're super excited, and I can't wait to share more with you all very, very soon. Bye.